Hi, my name is Eric, and welcome to another video lesson. Today we're going to explore London, a capital city. This topic is taken from your book, Unit 3.7, that's page 58 and 59. So our goals for today are to understand how a settlement site helped it to grow into a large capital city. We also want to understand how and why the city's population grew over time. At the end of the lesson, we want to be able to draw a line graph from a table of data and also be able to interpret that data and describe trends. So let's begin. So we'll start by looking at some facts about London. So London is the capital city of the UK, and it has a population of 8.3 million people. That's 13% of the UK's total population. It contributes 19% of the UK's total wealth, or money. 37% of the people in London were born outside of the UK. That means they are immigrants. They came from other countries. Every day, 750,000 commuters travel into London from other places to work. The word commuters comes from the word commute. Commute means to travel a long distance to work and to travel back home again each day. A commuter is a person who makes this journey. London has around 660 secondary schools, 80 hospitals, 110 cinemas, 5 Premiership football clubs, and thousands of restaurants and shops. So we're going to go back in time and have a look at a bit of the history of London. So the photograph here shows us a Roman soldier, and we'll see what he has to do with London. So we'll begin 2,000 years ago. During this time, London was just marshy ground beside a big river. That river is the Thames. And it was mostly empty, except for some Britons living in huts. So London was just marshy ground. Marsh is a swamp, or an area of low, flat, flooded land. The people who lived here were Britons. Britons are British people, and they lived in huts. A hut is a very simple, small home made of basic materials. But things changed. Then the Romans arrived in 43 AD. They built a wooden bridge across the Thames. They brought goods in by boat and unloaded them beside the bridge. So soon a small settlement grew around the bridge, and they called this place Londinium. A settlement is just another word for where a community of people live, such as a village, a town, or a city. So Londinium grew fast, and the Romans made it their capital. By 407 AD, the Roman army had left Britain, and Londinium went downhill. By 450, it was almost empty, but by 600 AD, it started growing again, and it's kept on growing ever since. So here's a picture of what Londinium looked like. We can see the wooden bridge going across the Thames, and Londinium was surrounded by a big wall. So here's a map of the Greater London area. We can see the River Thames flowing through it, and that red shape in the center, that's where Londinium was. So let's read about London today. London is still the capital, long after the Romans left. It's the biggest city in the UK by far. It's nearly 8 times bigger than the second biggest city, Birmingham. It covers an area of 1,610 square kilometers. Out of every 100 people in the UK, 13 live in London. So look at the city of London in the middle of this map. This was the extent of the city in the Middle Ages. Today, London's full name is Greater London. It's made up of the City of London plus 32 London boroughs. The City of London is now a financial centre. The stock exchange is here and all the big banks. It's the world's top financial centre. It earns a lot of money for the UK. So let's check some words here. This was the extent of the city in the Middle Ages. The extent is the area. Greater London is made up of the City of London plus 32 London boroughs. A borough is a town or district. And London is a financial centre. A financial centre is the centre of business and economy. London is also a multicultural city. Over the centuries, people came from all over to London. Today, it's one of the world's most cosmopolitan cities, with people of every race. And there's over 300 different languages spoken in London. Cosmopolitan means containing people from many different countries. This photograph shows us children who all came from different countries, or their parents or grandparents came from different countries. In this box, we can see London's ethnic mix. So most people are white British, or white people from other countries. We have mixed race people. We have black Caribbean people. The Caribbean, a lot of it was once part of the British Empire, so many people came from there. We have black Africans, other black people, Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, also Asians from China, Arab people, and other Asians, such as the Vietnamese. Okay, now your turn. So you'll need your notebook. So in your notebook, question 1, where is London? Describe its location as fully as you can. The map on page 139 will help you. Let's see that map. So we see London here. So in your own words, write in your notebook where London is. Then answer question 2. Which counties border London? You'll need to see the map on page 58. And what's the difference between the City of London and Greater London? So pause the video, answer these questions, and then we'll check. Okay, if you finished, let's check question 1. So where is London? So I said London lies on the River Thames, near the southeast coast of England in the UK. Question 2, which counties border London? We'll need to see that map. So this is a map of the counties in the southeast of England. And the ones bordering London are Essex, Hertfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Berkshire, Surrey, and Kent. And what's the difference between the City of London and Greater London? The City of London is the old historic city, dating from the medieval times, and it's now a business and financial centre. So it's the centre of London. Greater London is the city plus 32 boroughs. Okay, question 4, we're going to draw a graph of the population of London since the year 1600. So we have the data here in a table. It says to use graph paper. Your notebook has squares, so that should do fine. But use a whole new page of your notebook to make sure you have enough space. So for A, it says the graph has been started below to help you. The vertical axis is for population. Vertical means going up. So you're going to continue that up to 8 million. In fact, you should go over 8 million, because if we see in the table, in 1940 we have 8.6 million. Then, along your horizontal axis, along the bottom, we need to add the dates. Now, looking at this graph, the example, I see it has a problem. If we look, each interval between the years is 100 years. However, the last interval from 2000 to 2010, that's only 10 years. So this graph will not give us an accurate shape. So each interval must be the same amount of time. So we have to change that. So 2010 should be here, just after 2000. And that last one should be 2100. But we won't worry about 2100 because we don't have data for the future. So, in your notebook, you'll draw the x and the y axis like this. Then you're going to plot all the numbers onto your graph. So each one of these red dots I got from the table. Then you have to join the points using a smooth curve and give your graph a title. Well, I've already given my graph a title, Growth of London's Population. So now I just have to join up all my dots and we try to use a smooth curve. And there it is. Okay, so your graph should look like that. Now we're going to use this graph to answer some questions. So question 5. It says A. The population of London was greatest in 2010. Is this statement true or false? And B. When did the population grow the fastest? Where is your graph line steepest? And C. The population fell after World War II, but is rising again. Where do you think the new people are coming from? So write your answers, pause the video, and when you've finished, we'll check. Okay, so question 5, A is false. The population was greatest actually around 1940. When did the population grow the fastest? Well, according to this graph, the population grew fastest between 1860 and 1880. This is where the curve is steepest. Now, the reason for this was during the height of the Industrial Revolution. At this time, London had become the centre for trade and finance, and it was also the heart of the British Empire. Also, they developed new railways, and the railway lines connected London to other parts of Britain, and it attracted people from rural areas, also from Ireland, and also from its many colonies. Question C. The population fell after World War II, but it's rising again. Where do you think the new people are coming from? Well, much of the rise in population is due to a high birth rate. Some is due to immigrants from other countries, as well as people from other parts of the UK who have moved to London for work. Okay, let's look at question 6. London is on a big river, and it's near the coast. These factors helped it to grow. So, can you explain why? What did the River Thames and London's closeness to the sea provide that helped it to grow? So here's a map of Greater London, and we can see the River Thames flowing into the sea. And here's a photo. So again, pause the video, write your answer, and then we'll check. Okay, if you finish, we'll check. So London's location near where the River Thames joins the sea helped it become a major port for trading with other countries. It also gave good access to the sea for fishing and also for fighting war. The River Thames was also a good source of fish and a water supply and transport. All of this helped London to grow. So the River Thames and its proximity to the sea were very important in helping London to grow and develop. Okay, so we'll review the main points. So London was founded by the Romans 2,000 years ago, and it has grown and grown since then. London's location near the mouth of the River Thames helped it to grow due to the following factors. It supplied water, it was a fishing port, a trading port, and it provided war capabilities. Since the Industrial Revolution, London has become a financial centre which attracts more businesses, workers, and international trade, all helping the city to continue to grow. London has attracted people from all over the world, and because it was once the heart of a global empire, it now has a multicultural and cosmopolitan society. So that's the end of the lesson. Thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you again at school very soon. Bye-bye.